A positive Frankenstein. That's a good team player.
Well, Brad, congratulations on 10 years at Point of Rental.
Awesome. I'm waiting for my gold watch.
I think that comes a little bit later on in the process. Well,
Okay.
since you are a Boomerang employee and we kind of had a weird situation where like the first time you were here, you were only here for 4 years and 11 months. We have a combination interview going on here. Thank you for
You're
for
welcome.
illustrating it for us. So, tell us a little bit about your career outside of Point of Rental since you had
Ooh.
some earlier.
So I guess I was a carpenter through trade, grew up on a farm, so agriculture, all that good stuff. Then I worked for United Rentals, which is kind of a natural fit after college in Indiana University. Go Hoosiers. Uh, and then Point of Rental moved me to Dallas, Texas, 15 years ago about. And I took over for Steve Husbands. He was doing sales at the time, but he was one of the founders. And I covered central southeast, I guess you could say, of the country for 4 years and 11 months as a salesperson, a regional salesperson, whatever you want to declare that. And we traveled a lot. And then I left for a couple other software companies for about 5 years. One night, received an email before my daughter was born from Wayne Harris saying, we might have a position. Do you want to have a conversation? I said, yeah. So we had that conversation, and I've been back since then. My daughter was born, I think, a month before I started. So,
So now you have an easier way to remember your newer work anniversary.
yeah, 2019.
All right. So what are you doing since you've come back, let's say?
I was brought back in kind of strategic sales for the company, and it was mid-market, whatever you want to call it. And then over a couple years, the name changed to head of strategic sales. So anything in North America and somewhat South America that's strategic, right, in size, usually comes through me, and I work with all the other folks at Point Rental to try to figure out how to win the deal and how it's going to work and how they're going to use their software and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I would figure strategic sales, you're having to talk with a large group on that side. So you probably need a large group helping you on this side to figure out how we're going to accommodate them.
Yeah, technical stuff, all kinds of fun stuff that, you know,
All right. What's something that you've changed your opinion on in the past 10 years?
well, let's say 15 years because I was
Yeah, I
kind
was
of
going to say yours
here.
has a weird amount of time.
So, yeah, when I first came in, we were all kind of self-reliant on ourselves, if that makes sense. So if there was a trade show in the area, like my territory, it was me setting it up pretty much. Marketing might help do a few things, but like each one of us kind of set it up and marketing would gather stuff that we might need for it. And then when I came back, Point Rental has drastically changed for the better. There are so many more better systems in place, more support. You can truly count on other people, and it's not so much on an individual everything, right? Which has been really awesome to see from the time that I left to the time that I came back, the change and the change in management, just so many areas of change that from being at some other sizable companies and then coming back, you're just like, okay, Point of Rental has these things in place that you see at other companies. It's it's more accommodating to the younger generation that might have worked in another tech company.
Yeah. That's why you made it to the 5 years and 1 month this time.
I guess so.
All right. What is your personal slash professional mission statement? Something that sums you and your goals up in like a sentence or so.
All right. So this is going to be a really long run-on sentence, but I kind of
Ah,
scribbled
you're
something
cheating at
down,
it.
which I won't show you. But no, any and everything I've ever done in life, when I was a carpenter, when I worked on our family's land, shoveling beans or baling hay for 16 hours a day, or whatever it is, I've always tried to make things enjoyable and fun, regardless of the task. And then getting into software 15 years ago, um, honestly never thought I was going to be doing this. I thought I was going to be swinging a hammer or something else. And I guess I'll kick off my sentence: to enjoy the journey and have fun and make the best out of every interaction, everything I can do, like with prospects, with our customers, with all of the folks internally to try to just make a super cohesive environment where, I can praise people and give them the tools and help and guidance or whatever I can do to make not only my day better, but if you have a good day and we all have a good day, then it reflects that on the customer, right? And at the end of all of this, we want to be comfortable, we want to be happy, and make as much money as we can too, right? That's I guess my run-on sentence of a statement.
All right, I don't know how to condense that for you, but we'll let
The
you
the
have your run-on
AI will do
sentence.
that. The AI will condense that statement.
There
So
we go. I would just say like probably attitudes are contagious, so make it a good one,
that
I guess.
yeah, no, that's how I always view it. And I personally would like zero praise and the whole team to get tons of praise. And then every time I ever ask for anything, they're super happy to do it, and we hit our goals. Everybody's happy, and our bank accounts are shiny and smiling, and life is good, right?
All right, what I heard was you want zero praise. I promise I will give you zero praise, Brad.
And lots of money.
Oh, well, dang, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Um, all right, tell me about a time that made you proud to work at Point of Rental.
Um, there's so many times that I'm proud to work at Point of Rental. I feel like, anytime I engage with customers and I hear praise on our team or your software's so amazing, like it's amazing, but there's all these people behind that software and the process that, it makes you proud that, the developers behind our customers driving us towards innovators, us listening to that innovation, putting it in the product, and the outcome is a new customer, an old customer says, man, I couldn't live without this. It makes things better for my company and my people. And again, you just reverse that all the way back, and it's people at Point of Rental doing something. I would say, I would hope the vast majority like and love what they're doing.
Yep. All right, who would you like to thank for helping you get to where you are today?
I'm I don't know. That's a good question. I would say everybody at Point of Rental is putting in effort, from IT to support to trainers, to the SDRs, contacting people, to the team getting the ARA show set up, to our leadership. Like everybody combined makes, I'd say that the praise is to Point of Rental as the company as a whole, because I like what I'm doing and I like where I'm at, right? I left after 4 years and 11 months, a long time ago, and came back. And I'm here, and I have zero desire to do anything else you know, until they show me the door.
All right. Uh, Finally, as a wise learned pointer now, if you could give one piece of advice to a new pointer, we have a bunch of them this week. If you could give one piece of advice and they would like immediately apply it to their jobs and what they're doing, what would you tell
I would say come in with ownership over your role and your position, right? Um, Find ways to be innovative, work hard. That's baseline. Is if you work hard, you'll probably outwork others around you and the competitors. And doing that, you're going to be seen, right? And you're going to be promoted, and there's going to be opportunity, and you're going to hit your quotas. So, like, work hard, try to take ownership any way that you can. And if somebody says, "Hey, I need you to do this task," like, I always jokingly say, Google it. Google, like, what do I need to do this? Come up with a plan and then present it, because then you're showing this ownership, you're showing pride in what you do, and you're working hard, right? So I think if you do all those things, you'll have great success, and you'll be noticed, and um, you know you'll make your way in whatever journey you want to make with Point of Rental.
Yeah, I feel like that was a dirty little secret about the world is pretty much everyone was just Googling stuff to figure out what the heck they were
Yeah.
doing.
Well,
Although now
throughout
we AI
time,
it, so
yeah, well, throughout time, people are like, hey, how do I come up with this? And I'd be like, let's Google this. I'd pull it up, and I'm like, and knowing how I would do it, but I would just say, I would pull up a Word doc and I'd start working on it. And I would put these inputs in here and then come up with a strategy and then present it, right? And that's how you do it. And they'd be like, that's genius. And I was like, and you can Google it first. Somebody
yep.
has come up with this at one point, and you can take their ideas, their process and put it into play, right? So
Yeah, you're probably not the first one to come up with to come into a certain problem.
yeah, I always say all of the stuff that my ideas and kind of processes that I've created over time, different in different companies doing different sales methodology, it's all the same kind of overall concepts and ideas. It's just packaged in different ways, and then when you do enough of them, you kind of merge them all anyways into a Frankenstein pattern that works for you. And that's the outcome is how you kind of do things and try to figure things out.
But like a good Frankenstein's monster, not a bad one.
Oh yeah, well, nowadays.
Yeah,
It's
I'd just like to clarify for the audience: we're not talking about making we're not making evil Frankenstein's over here.
no, a positive Frankenstein. That's a good team player.
Yeah, exactly. That was the problem with the original one. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today. Congratulations again on 10 years at Point of Rental, the interesting way. And I'll see you in another 10.
Awesome. Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Have a good one.